Hi, I'm Julie Renee and I'm new here. This is my first official YouTube video. It's something that I decided that I wanted to do a few months ago. I said I was going to start a YouTube channel, and I just finished a solo date by myself, and I thought, well, why not? I'm feeling good, having a couple glasses of wine, and I figured what better time than to introduce myself to the world. So my name is Julie Renee. I'm 47. I am single. I don't have any children. And about 21 months ago, I blew up my life. I was working in corporate. I had been in corporate for a while, climbing the corporate ladder. I was making six figures, living in a gorgeous home, nice car, all the things. But I don't know. One day, my soul just started tugging at me, and I realized that I didn't want to live that life anymore. I was doing well for myself, I was living comfortably, but I just did not feel fulfilled. My soul didn't feel fulfilled. And honestly, even though I was making good money, I didn't like my job. And I had several jobs in corporate, and I just did not like them. And my soul finally just spoke up and was like, no, no more of this. So I I got into meditation. Um, I was on a healing journey when this came up. Actually, I had just went through a breakup, and it kind of sent me into a healing journey. I was kind of isolated. I was just by myself. I didn't really have friends in Atlanta. The few friends I had were in Charlotte because that's where I was living before. And honestly, I let go of those friendships because I just was no longer aligned. I didn't understand at the time what was happening, but I was at the beginning of what people call a spiritual awakening. But at that time, I just didn't understand, but I just felt the need to detach myself from those relationships, and also the romantic relationship that I was in. And I spent months and months in solitude, and I just started really just digging deep and going inside to heal from childhood trauma that I had, and then just things just experiencing in life as an adult as well. And one day I decided to just quit my job, leave everything behind, and I bought a ticket to Bali, Indonesia. At the time, I had started dating someone new who lived in my hometown back home. We just happened to connect online. But yeah, so I left. I went to Bali for a few weeks, and when I came back, I was just not the same person. I came back feeling much more expanded. Something about going across the country to another continent by myself alone and spending that time in nature, because I wasn't in like the tourist part of Bali. I was with the natives by the beach, just literally in the jungle, kind of, you can say, and it was a beautiful experience. But when I came back, I just felt excited about life. I knew that I didn't want to work another job, that I wanted to build a business of my own. But what I didn't realize at the time is the business I was trying to build, following people on TikTok, because I got really into TikTok and trying to replicate and do the things that they were doing, and it didn't work. And what I didn't realize at the time, the reason why it didn't work is because it wasn't aligned with what I'm here to do. But I did not realize that until I got deeper into the awakening that was happening. So for a whole year, I did not work. So I spent time with myself, time in stillness. I got into meditation real heavy, and I literally started to remember. I started to remember who I was before the world told me who to be. And that just sent me into a whole, I don't even know how to describe it. Um, what some people will call the dark night of the soul, I guess, literally was me facing myself, facing my darkness, facing my trauma, and having to realize and accept a lot of things that I've experienced in life was due to my own will, really. So the guy that I was dating at the time, for a short period of time, about 7 months, I ended up living in the home with him and his mom, which that in itself, him and his mom, that red flags. But anyway, going through that breakup, because turns out he was a narcissist, but that really made me have to dig deep and go deep into why I had the pattern that I had when it came to choosing men, when it came to choosing friendships, and then just the relationships that I had with family. It it really woke me up to how I was participating in all those relationships, and it got me out of that victim mentality of this person did this to me or he did this to me. I had to take accountability for how I played a part and what I allowed, because what I realized, which is a hard thing to face yourself, is that I was a people pleaser. I was conditioned under that nice girl narrative to be a nice girl, to be kind, to be sweet, all these things, because I wanted people to like me. I wanted people to say good things about me. And I didn't realize that I was putting myself into a lot of the situations and relationships that I was in because of the need to people please and to make others happy and not putting myself first. So the breakup between my ex and I happened about 7, 8 months ago. So during that time, after having the realization of the part that I played in that relationship, I've been healing. And I'm finally on the other side of that, and I'm restarting a new chapter of my life. So basically, this is really gonna be like the Confessions of Julie Renee, just a series to document my journey, because now that I understand why I'm here, what my purpose is here in life, and I realized that I'm a creative. I didn't belong in corporate, and that's why I could never really feel completely content being in corporate. I was really good at it, but it's not where I'm supposed to be. Over the time of the awakening and the remembering of myself, I realized that I'm a writer. I'm a writer, I'm an artist, not in the way of painting and drawing, but just creating the things that I've written that one day I will share with the world, which in 2026, that is my goal, to put some of these projects that I've written out into the world. Currently, right now, I'm back home with my parents, which is something I never thought that I would say, but it's actually been good and it's been so healing. It's actually healed, repaired the relationship between me and my mom, because we didn't have a great relationship. And honestly, there was a whole decade where we weren't even in communication with one another. So life is crazy. But the thing is, once you let go of control and quit trying to control every single narrative, every single thing, life, it will amaze you. It will surprise you. And that was my thing. I was always in control, and I didn't realize for a long time that I had control issues. But what I realized is because I didn't have like the best childhood growing up. I grew up in the projects, trailer parks, the hood, Fayetteville, North Carolina, you know. So for me and family dynamics, my mom was a single mom, it was just a lot that was going on, and I experienced a lot of things at an early age that I shouldn't have experienced, which was part of the trauma that I was carrying with me. However, being back in my hometown, it's been very healing for me. It's a place I never thought I'd come back to, but the universe brought me here when I decided to leave things behind. And I made a promise to just flow, just be in flow with the universe. Because what I realize is no matter what I choose, what is for me is for me. Whatever God's plan is for me, it is for me. I can't miss it. It might take a little bit longer for me to get there, but that's just what it is. It feels good to like not have responsibility. I've been working since I was 16, 17 years old. I've never had like breaks in between jobs. So I've just been working my entire teenage adult life. And because of the environment that I grew up as a kid, and then I left home at 15 as well, that's like a whole nother journey within itself. I've always been in survival mode. And when you're in survival mode, you're not really living. You're literally just trying to survive. And I went from being that way as a kid to in adulthood. You know, I was married for 12 years, which that wasn't a bad thing, that he just wasn't my person. But that's the story I can tell for another day if you guys are interested. But just because I grew up in poverty, that's why I was trying to climb the corporate ladder. And I'm a high school graduate. I didn't go off to college. Everything I've learned has been self-taught, working different jobs, picking up different skills, that kind of thing. I'm a very optimistic person, and at some point along the way, I just had like this, thing like, well, if this person can do it, why can't I? So for me, it was like, I don't need a bachelor's or master's degree to have a great job. Just learn some skills, leadership. I'm a natural leader, so I just put those skills to use, and it helped once I came across a manager who really took the time to like mold me, teach me that. So I say all this to say is that I want to document my journey, because I understand now at this point in my life that I have a big purpose in this world. I am a creator. I will put out my work, my projects, my writing, which by the way, I have put out my blog. I have a blog. It's juliereneeunplugged.com. If you guys want to check it out. It was basically my writing over the past 21 months when I started going through the awakening and the remembering that I was going through, and just the evolution of who I am, the woman that I was when I started writing the blog, and the woman that I am today. So feel free to check that out. I love you guys' support. I want to document this journey and take you guys along with me. I really feel like 2026 is going to be a great year for me. It's going to be different. Like, this is me embarking on something so new, not being in corporate. I plan to, move to a different city, a bigger city, and just follow my dreams, follow my heart. And I'm very optimistic that, things are going to work out. I am delusional when it comes to my dreams. Like, I have a huge imagination. But I also understand that without being able to imagine and without being delusional about what you can accomplish, you'll never accomplish it if you don't think and believe in yourself that you will. So just like I accomplished things in the corporate life, working a 9 to 5, I believe in myself enough to believe that I can accomplish much more on my own as an entrepreneur, as a creative. So I'm just very excited about starting new, starting fresh, and being single. And I know one day the love of my life is gonna find me. but it doesn't have to be right now. Whatever the universe brings me when it brings me, like, I'm all for it. But until then, I'm just gonna enjoy my single life and continue to date myself. Like right now, I'm at a luxury hotel that I booked to stay the night. I went and had me a beautiful dinner at their little fancy restaurant. And it was nice to get dressed up for myself and to just treat myself well. Like, I don't need someone else to do it. It would be nice when I have it, but I can do those things myself. So there's really no like structure to this. I'm just gonna record and just share like whatever it is that I'm experiencing. Maybe you guys might have questions about things um that maybe other people, well, I know there are other women who are experiencing like similar situations, and I've experienced a lot over the past 21 months after leaving my life behind, and having to leave some people behind. And like I said, the boyfriend that I had who turned out to be a narcissist, and that was my first experience with the narcissist, and it was very interesting. But I'm so glad that I chose myself and walked away from it. And I'm just excited about what the future holds. So if you're interested in, joining me, welcome to the Becoming of Julie Renee. I did post a video of my solo date. If you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe if you want to see more.